Mr. Gary Russell Jr. This guy is is been the topic of recent discussions when it comes to certain boxers fighting certain boxers, such as Tank. Uh, you heard talks of him fighting Shakur Stevenson. A while ago he wanted to fight Leo Santa Cruz, violated his pops. I don't know what's going on with God, man. And he's a great fighter. So let's talk about where's Gary Russell? Where's Gary, Mr. Pop 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 muscle Russell? He makes that's his grunt throughout the whole all his fights. He does that. You hear him all through the fight. Pop 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 pop. But let's talk about Gary Russell real quick. Why isn't he fighting? What's going on, Gary Russell Jr.? And I know he had issues with some of his family members and went through, I think, a few of them. He lost a couple of members in his family. My condolences to him and his family. But let's look at some things, man. Let's take a look at some things with Gary Russell, man. All right. He has one loss, and that only loss is to Vasyl Lomachenko, which was a good fight. He also managed to drop Lomachenko in that fight as well. So he has 31 wins and one loss, 18 KOs. 56% KO ratio. Somebody that doesn't really have much power, so people say. But let's take a look at this dude and how active he's been in the past years. He fought one time in 2020 against Tug. Pretty good fight. Then he fought Kiko Martinez in 2019. Fought Joseph Jojo Diaz 2018. Fought Oscar Escandon 2017. Fought Patrick Hyland 2016. And he fought Johnny Gonzalez 2015. Then he had 3 fights in 2014. So the last time Gary Russell Jr. has fought multiple times in 1 year was in 2014. That's 7 years ago. So every year after 2014, he only fought one time, man. Once a year. So in 6 years, he only fought 6 times. 6 times in 6 years. It's crazy, right? That's very inactive. And you got guys out here fighting 3 times a year at best. Some fight 2 times a year. Excuse me, I'm a little tired. Back then, growing up, and then like boxers before my time, they used to fight lots of times. And these guys would go 15 rounds. They fight about 5, 6, 7 times, sometimes 6 times. But he's a great fighter, and I don't understand. Like he's only 30. He's only 32 years old, and he's wasting so much time. Why isn't he just fighting lower tier fighters until he can get the fight he wants or whatever? Stay busy, stay active, and then make money while you're staying active. That's the way I would go, man. I don't know, man. I don't understand. Then he was supposed to fight Devin Haney. There was talks with that, and contracts were sent, and they told me he didn't like the numbers. I mean, come on, bro. You gotta get in that ring and fight somebody, Gary, man. They gotta have somebody for this dude to fight. So let's take a look at his division. And Gary Russell is in the 126-pound division. And let's see who he got up there that he could scrap with. He got some folks up there. He got Kanzul, which is ranked number 2 on the ring belt. You got Kid Galahad, number 3 in the ring belt. Got Lara, number 4. There's some dudes up there. Josh Warrington. Uh, he just coming off a loss. Navarrete, who fights much more frequently. He fights a lot. So those are the round off 5 fighters that's in his realm for the ring. And then you got the WBO. And you got Kid Galahad number 5. You got Jazza Dickens. You got Joey Gonzalez, Jesse Magdaleno. I think he beats probably all of those guys. Even Kid Galahad, in my opinion. Then you got the IBF. Kid Galahad is number 1. Then number 2 is vacant. You got Jazza Dickens again, Mark Magsayo, and Donny Gago. Now WBC, he's the champion. He's the WBC champion, World Featherweight champ. Ray Vargas, that's number 1. Should be a man though. So Josh Warrington is number 2 in line. Eduardo Ramirez. So why aren't these fights being made? Josh Warrington is right there. WBA. Leo Santa Cruz is the champ there. We already know about that. Leo Santa Cruz don't want no smoke with Gary Russell. We already know that. Kanzu is the world featherweight champ, while Leo Santa Cruz is the super world. So there's 2 WBA champs in the featherweight division. But then you have Hector Luis Garcia number 3, Hiroshi Asawa number 2, Eduardo Ramirez number 1, Jordan Gill number 5, and Lara is number 4 again. So I mean, some of those might be light touches for Gary Russell Jr., but take something, bro. Take somebody. Jeez. You know, and like I said, I like Gary Russell, man. But it seems like he does more Twitter talking and do online chatter than actually seeing him in the ring. Last year he been in the ring. I mean, there gotta be fights for him out there somewhere. It don't have to be. I want to see him fight the best. I want to see, and there's a few I just named that they could try to line up some scraps with this dude, man. But if those fall through, bro, at least fight some light touches or something. Keep yourself busy. Put some money in your pocket. So I mean, what you guys think, man? Let me know what you think about Gary Russell Jr. What's next for him? He's 32. He's in his prime. Time waits for no one. He's a champion. He should be fighting he should be trying to unify belts right now. So I don't know what's going on with Gary Russell Jr., man, but let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment below. I will see y'all on the next one.